Hey guys, Dobby back at you. That's another little story for you. Here. So again, back in high school, we had a student. Well, let me backtrack a little bit. Uh, my school we went to here. We had an event for the students. Well, for freshmen through the senior class could participate. It was called a lockdown. I think some other schools had something similar. Some others, they were familiar with it. Maybe not, but maybe it's just my school. I could have sworn I've seen other schools do this too. At least a few. But anyways, what I'm getting at is they had a lockdown. What it was everybody would go after school on a Friday. Because the school I went to had multiple buildings. In one of the academic buildings, all the students that wanted to participate in the lockdown would go into this building, and the doors would be closed. Once the event started, everybody go in, the doors would be locked, and he would stay in there overnight and all night until 7 o'clock next morning. And he stayed up all night watching movies, playing games, doing different things. All kinds of different entertainment. One room, there was one, because we used different classrooms for different things they were doing. One room would be watching, I think we had a few rooms going with different movies. We had a few different rooms with like video games, board games. There was one room where they had like a karaoke machine set up, stuff like that. You'd stay up all night doing different things, trying to stay up, and kind of seeing who would fall asleep first, if anybody would fall asleep. People kind of betting you'd rather see who would fall asleep first. And the next morning, generally the parents of the students would come pick them up, or whoever responsible party would come pick up the students in the morning, on Saturday morning. But we had one student that lived like an hour and a half one way from the school, because the school was mostly just for the county we lived in. It was mostly open to just the county we're in, but I think he was one or two counties over from us, but they made arrangements. Sometimes they would make it possible for students from out of the county to come in and learn, and be a student. And I don't know who let him do this. I thought this would be okay or be a good idea, but I think it was a junior. It would have had to have been your junior year, because obviously driving himself home. He had to have his license. After everything was over and everybody's going home, he drove himself home, but unfortunately, on the highway, he got into a pretty bad car accident. he and hit another vehicle. Nobody died or anything, but there were some pretty serious injuries, and like, for a while there, because this is the student that I mentioned in the previous video, that he actually did grow up on a farm. His parents had a farm, and I don't know what the details of what ended up resulting from this exactly, because it was all finished and said and done after it went on for so long. It was all said and done after we graduated, so I don't know what exactly ended up happening and how the situation got resolved, but because he was underage, his parents were responsible, and it was in their vehicle. There was some liability, I guess, on his parents. There was talk of them possibly losing their farm because of it, which is very obviously a sad situation all around. Got into a car accident, people got hurt, and on top of that, there's potential for losing their farm, their home that they've owned forever. And I'm hoping that didn't happen. He was a nice kid. It just sounds like both him and, I don't know if it was parents or what, but made some bad decisions. And because he was underage, I mean, his parents, I always say, would hope it would have a lot of input on his decision, whether he did this or not. I just hope. I unfortunately lost contact with him once we graduated. Most of the people I went to high school with, I don't have much in the way of contact with. To some degree, I've got some contact with them. A few people. I've met a few people and talked to a few people in person and see each other and stuff and catch up. And for the most part, this particular student, a friend of mine I had in high school, once he graduated, I never heard from him again. I can't even find him on Facebook. Maybe he doesn't have a profile on Facebook. I just hope he's doing good and there's no lasting effects from that accident. As far as like losing the farm or anything, I know it took a while, but he recovered from the injuries from the accident. He was fine. It was a full recovery, but it's one of those kind of more sad stories that it was supposed to be like a fun event, and it was fun, enjoyable. I had a good time, but there's just people made a bad decision. Nobody should have been driving, especially being up for, at that point, more than 24 hours straight, no sleep. I mean, anybody would have been overtired, especially driving an hour and a half plus home. It kind of seemed like a disaster waiting to happen. Sometimes I've been there, you don't realize how tired you are until it hits you. But anyways, this is the story I had. And, on that note, wanted to give you an update. The man who fell into an upholstery machine has fully recovered. Bad joke. I know. I'm full of bad jokes. Maybe I am a bad joke. I'll see you in the next video. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Remember, thumbs up, thumbs down. Like, subscribe, share. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.